Hey everyone, welcome back to Go Live Your Dream. My name is Macy. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today's video is something that I've never done before. It's just a completely sit down talking to you kind of video, but at the end I will be opening Series 10 Zoom Zoom packs. I'm really excited to open this because I've never opened one of these before, but that'll be at the end. So if you're really just interested in me opening this, just go to the end. Today I am so very excited because I am doing a DCP Q&A. For those of you who don't know, I actually did do my Disney College program, and it was January to May of 2018, so about a year ago. And this video is kind of an anniversary series that I'm going to be doing. So I have a couple of videos planned for you guys around my DCP. So without further ado, let's get into the first question. This first question was, how was I introduced into the Disney College program? So I think I was introduced in 2012. We were in Disney World. We were eating at the Garden Grill restaurant in Epcot in the land, and I was just really talking to the waiter about how I really wanted to work at Disney, and he kind of introduced me into the Disney College program. And that's really where I got the idea. I was still a freshman in high school at the time, so it was going to be at least 4 years until I could do this, and it ended up being around 6. So definitely like one of those really cool moments with cast members, and it was really, really kind of him to kind of give me that information. Okay, the next question is, how was it making friends? This was honestly a little challenging because your schedules are very different, especially with a lot of times with your roommates, your suite mates, things like that. It was a little challenging at first because you do like for instance, I had a roommate that was coming home at 2 in the morning and going in at like 6, and then I kind of worked more of a normal schedule, so I worked from like 11 to 10 sometimes, and I came back and pretty much just like went to bed when I got home. So sometimes it can be a little challenging, but find people that maybe have the same days off as you and go to the parks together. Find some co-workers that you're really close with, and you just kind of like have a good time when you're working together. The next question I have is, which park is your favorite and why? This is honestly a pretty easy answer for me because by the end of my program, Epcot was like, that's where I like went all the time. In fact, there was like a series of times that I just like, every time I was off, I just go to Epcot because it's one of those parks that's like pretty chill. Like, there's not a ton of people there all the time. It's less crowded than Magic Kingdom. For me, there's more to do than like something like Animal Kingdom. I just really enjoyed kind of the vibe of Epcot, and I just had a lot of things to do. You know, you could walk around the countries, get something from a different country to eat, and ride a bunch of awesome rides. So, and Test Track was one of my favorite rides, so obviously, if you can tell, I just love that park so much. And it's pretty good to do if you're by yourself too, because it's pretty chill. Okay, the next question I have was, what would have been your dream job at Disney? So I worked at Columbia Harbor House, which is quick service food and beverage in Magic Kingdom, like kind of behind the castle. And honestly, I didn't love it, but my dream job would have been the cone shop on Main Street, because you kind of had the opportunity to be on Main Street, kind of get that, it's just kicking, you know, on Main Street, and you kind of got to see the parades, and you got to kind of be outside sometimes and watch the fireworks, and that would have probably just been like a dream. Although I will say that their schedule was insane. It was crazy, you know. That's like one of the last things to close is Main Street. So that would have been awesome. It would have been probably more tiring, but it would have been an awesome tiring, you know. Okay, so the next question I have is, best Disney snack. What is your favorite Disney snack? And for me, I had a couple. I love their popcorn. I just love the smell of it. I know that they like probably pump that popcorn smell everywhere so that you can buy it and stuff. But I actually bought one of those popcorn tins that you could like fill up for like $1.75 or something, and I like lived off that thing. So definitely popcorn. I got that a lot, really. And then I liked the Mickey Mouse ice cream sandwich, like the cookies and cream ice cream inside. Guys, it is one of the most delicious things. and the cookies are like Mickey shaped and they're chocolate. Oh my goodness, I want one so bad and I crave them all the time. And then probably like one of the most unexpected favorite snacks that I had was the pineapple upside down cake in, I think it was Adventureland, I think that's where you can get it. Oh my gosh, literally probably the most like warm, soft, delicious, like one of the best cakes I've probably ever had in my whole life was there, and it was so good. Plus, fun tip, actually in Columbia Harbor House upstairs, there's like an upstairs part, and that's where they cook the pineapple upside down cake. So when I would bus up there, I would smell them, and it was literally the most glorious smell. And I miss that so much, like being able to smell that. So if you're up there and you smell something really, really good, that's what it is. Okay, tell us about the craziest or most dramatic person or family that you encountered. So I know like attentions are a little high, especially during spring break, and there's like tons of people everywhere, but I don't even remember when this was specifically, but I do remember like one really crazy lady that I was actually doing trash, so that's my only job, was to just do trash, and I had already taken the trash can out, which means that my hands are dirty. Even though I had gloves on, you can't really help any guests at that point because your hands are dirty. So anyways, this lady comes up to me and she looks a little like frustrated, and there's not like a ton of people in the restaurant, but there's like quite a few, you know. And she was like, "Where's my chair? I need a chair." And the section that she was sitting in actually had quite a few empty chairs, so I kind of just assumed that she had like asked the neighbors around like, "Hey, can I borrow your chair?" Because that's what a lot of people do, and most people don't really care. And so I kind of just assumed that everyone's chairs were being taken, even if they weren't. And so I like had to call a cast member over, and I was like, "Can you help this lady find a chair? Because I can't do anything." And she was like, "Where's a manager? I need a chair," and freaking out. And I just almost start laughing because I'm like, you're gonna call a manager for a chair? Like, there's so many different problems that people call managers for, but that's typically not one of them. So I was honestly like really holding back laughter, and that's horrible. Like, I should be really helpful. And so the lady did get a chair, but she actually pulled one from one of the other tables after we already got her one. And we were like, that would have been such a simple fix. So anyways, that was probably my craziest lady. That honestly, it was just pretty funny. Most entertaining and dramatic, very dramatic. One of the last, I think this is probably my last question here. What was your best memory? Y'all, I have so many good memories. The work was really hard and it was challenging a lot, and so obviously some of my best days were when I had off and I got to go to the parks, and I just absolutely loved going to the parks. I mean, who wouldn't? But probably my best memory was one night. It was right after spring break had ended. Everything in Magic Kingdom had pretty much died down after, what was it, like a month and a half of craziness, and it had rained all day. And I think it was either like a Monday or a Tuesday, one of those like pretty chill days in Magic Kingdom, and it had literally downpoured so much that people were sick and tired of being in Disney. Like, they're like, this isn't worth it, we're wet, we're cold, we just want to go home. And it was pretty chilly that day too. And so that morning by like 1, we hadn't hit like any rush whatsoever. And so the manager was like, okay, we're gonna close at 7 tonight, and we normally close at 9. And so we're like, yeah, you know, like we get to go home early. But a group of us DCP kids, we were like, we're gonna go to the park after this because it's gonna be dead, you know, because it's night and it's cold and it's still rainy outside. And so we actually got off early, we all changed, and we rode all of the mountains that night, including the Snow White Mine Train, which is nearly impossible to get on if you don't have a fast pass, unless you want to wait like 2-3 hours. So we did Space Mountain first, then we went and did Mine Train, and we did Big Thunder Mountain, and we ended with Splash Mountain. And because there's nobody on Splash Mountain, because who wants to ride on that when they're so cold and wet, we rode on it like 2 or 3 times because they're like, you want to do it again? We're like, yeah. And it wasn't, we made it once without getting wet, and then the second time, it really just depends on the timing of when you don't get wet on the way down, you get wet from other people going down. And so the second time we went, we got drenched. And there was like this family ahead of us, and they'd been on it, no joke, 8 different times. And so that was probably one of my favorite memories. It was so fun. It was pretty much just like walk on to any of these rides, and if you've been at Disney, you know that that is a dream. So that was definitely my favorite memory of just one of the best nights probably of my DCP. So thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was like just like a talking video, but guess what? We get to open this Zoom Zoom mystery pack. If you've been on my channel before, you know I'm pretty much obsessed with these. I have a lot back here, if you can tell. I opened a lot for Christmas. I opened some before Christmas. It's really like, it's a very cheap product of Disney that you can buy at like Target or Walmart, depending on your Walmart. But I got this at Target yesterday, and it is series 10, and there are 12 that you can collect. We'll go ahead and put the picture right here. Okay, let's get this open. Okay, actually I need to tell you which one I want. I would love Gus from Cinderella because he's so cute. I would love Fauna just because she's like inside the cake and it's cute. And Dory's really cute, and also Tow Mater. I do have like a new affinity for the movie Cars because I went to the Grand Canyon and I saw a lot of like Route 66 like landmarks that were also put in Cars. And so that's why I have like a new affinity for the movie Cars. Anyways, let's get this going because I really want to know what's inside. Okay, yeah. It's a really, really big. Look how big that thing is. Ooh. Guys, I got Fauna. Oh my goodness, these are falling out. This thing's huge. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, so this is really stinking adorable. I think she's a fairy. I think she's one of the fairies from Sleeping Beauty. And they're like making her that cake and it's like falling over. This is what she looks like. She's so cute. Her little like hat is really cute. I think she's either like this like a kind of a teal color, like kind of blue green color. It's really, really cute. I'm obsessed with it. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. We're gonna go ahead and put the close-ups here. Okay, and welcome back. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you got some good information about my DCP, and I hope some of your questions have been answered. Thank you guys so much for watching. Click subscribe if you'd like more content like this, and we will see you next time. Thanks.